Hello, this is Scott. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I cover a variety of different data science and analytics topics, everything from software demos to open discussions. So this video is part of a new playlist that I'm putting together on a book that we released last month. And so in this book, I talk about the foundations of BI, AI, and data science, big data, stats, much more. So it's really kind of a high-level 101 book, if you will. If you've ever taken a survey class in college, then that's kind of the intent here, is the foundations and across a broad spectrum. So, you know, there are a lot of great books on how-to guides. There's recipe books on coding, etc. That's not this. I didn't want to do that because there are good books out there. What I wanted to do is lay the foundation across the whole landscape. And so that's what we're doing here. And so now I'm creating a playlist that supports little sections in the books. I want to keep these short, 5 to 10 minutes. And so in this particular brief video, I'm going to be talking about the Internet of Things, or the Internet of Everything, and its impact on data. So with that, let's jump in. So if you look at the growth of data over the years, and this is from Reinsel and Data Age IDC, you can see what's happening. That's not linear growth. That is exponential growth. And so it's estimated by 2025 there's going to be 175 zettabytes out there. And so this is huge. I mean, if you look at just 2010 to 2020, the growth rate there has been huge, and it's just going to go up and up and up, and there really is no end in sight with this growth. And so again, if you were joining me last time, you know, I talked about the fact that data is just a cost. It's just a cost unless you actually use it. So that was, is data the new oil? And if you didn't catch me, you can go back and look at that video, and we talk about the way to get value out of data is to use analytics to aid in human decision making, and so that was the gist there. So what is IoT, the Internet of Things? It's all these different connected devices. Sometimes it's called the IoE, the Internet of Everything. And so these devices include smart home devices, you know, smart car devices, smart cities, you know, with cameras and traffic lights, everything interconnected through the internet. If you look at on the medical side, medical devices are more and more connected to the internet, everything from blood pressure and heart rate monitoring constantly, diabetes care, they monitor actually blood sugars constantly, and even implanted medical devices like pacemakers and defibrillators, those things are being connected. And one interesting thing that's come up recently that I found interesting was human enhancement, right? So for the human body for training athletes, one application was mixed martial arts, MMA, and what they did is they could figure out when the hit rates, you know, there's literally dozens of sensors, and you can train to the edge, right? And you know when you're going to start to peak out, and then you can replicate that in the actual match, etc. And then there's all of this stuff like agricultural 3.0, which, you know, you have self-driving tractors, field sensors, you have all this satellite data, and more. So essentially, as the slide says, you know, there's going to be, on the second bullet, 30 billion connected devices this year, estimated. So think about that. There's 7 billion people on the planet, and they're talking about 30 billion connected devices. We just saw the explosion graph of the bytes of data that are out there. But what's the problem? The problem is only 26% of the companies reported that their IoT initiatives have been successful. And less than half the structured data is actually being used. Structured means it's like in a relational database, like an Oracle or SAP or Microsoft SQL Server, et cetera, or no, excuse me. I'm trying to think of the open source SQL version. Anyway, and then so that's not great. And then less than 1% of the unstructured data, right? All of the images, the videos, the text, the notes, and everything else are actually analyzed or used at all. Less than 1%. Sense of the landscape of analytics, and I certainly hope that you can join me again next time. Thanks.